Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. Warmly welcome to all of you with another important vlog number 2, starting from question number 11 to question number 20. It's all about a Aramco direct WPR exam. Whoever is interested and already passed, especially the third party certification as a WPR from Aramco approved training institutes, especially with 80% minimum marks. So these video vlogs will definitely be beneficial for those guys who are having the next target to pass a Aramco direct exam, minimum with 90% marks. Even though plenty of my students, mashallah, they achieve 100% marks in a Aramco exam because of their learning passion, because of their continuous learning momentum, mashallah. They are a continual kind of learner at Training Zone YouTube channel, and since it's our daily learning club, so plenty of comments I get in WhatsApp. Even you guys comment on the channel as well that you have passed the exam with the 100% marks. You have sometime achieved third party certification as well. So, because this channel is becoming more and more beneficial for our community, especially for those guys who really want to work with Saudi Aramco, especially at their Aramco different projects, maybe in remote areas, onshore or offshore. So, in that context, I'm just preparing and establishing, developing the questions by using GI 2.100 of Saudi Aramco, and also getting some sort of technical informations about from Aramco Construction Safety Manual, along with Safety Handbook and several other documentaries which Aramco have published. So in that context, I'm sure, inshallah, by watching these videos, learning at Training Zone, it would be really easy for you to achieve 100% marks in a Aramco exam. But only humble request is make sure you take every question like a scenario, and first, by reading the question, you utilize your intelligence, your professional insights, your already, because since you already have attended 4 days third party training, so surely some of your concepts are already clear and you have plenty of knowledge in your mind. So, by utilizing that knowledge bank, first you have to try to find out the answer by yourself. Otherwise, at the end of the video, of course, I will be sharing the answers as well. On the other side, consider this a model exam for you, kind of a mock exam. So make sure you are ready with ballpoint and some papers. So you have to read the question carefully along with the options. Choose your best option by using your professional insights and knowledge. And then at the end, ultimately, I'll be sharing the answers so you can compare and mark yourself. If all your answers are correct after comparing with my answers, so you are good to go for a Ranko exam, inshallah, because you can consider you are on a excellent track. And if your marks are less than 70% or just seven right answers out of 10 questions, then bear in mind you need more hard work. You need to increase the learning window for sure, because everything is became like a sea, Sometimes one word have plenty of technicalities inside which you need to research and further keep learning every day. So let's start with question number one. So before we move on, it's my humble request. Please subscribe, like, and share. Here is a question number 11. What is the primary objective of Saudi Aramco's safety policy? What is the primary objective of Saudi Aramco's safety policy? Safety policy, bear in mind, is kind of a framework, is kind of a promise which every company, mostly whoever having safety management system, they publish a safety policy and kind of a commitment that they'll be following legal laws, they'll take care of their employees, including all other stakeholders. They give a promise that they'll keep company operations safe from any sort of injuries, or even the employees from injuries, incidents, or accidents. So they write kind of a note and make it a framework for setting some safety targets and objectives. Accordingly, they establish some safety procedures, forms, implement them, in shape of rules as well. So, here is the question actually, what is the primary objective of Saudi Aramco's safety policy? So, there are four options. Option A is to increase production. Option B is to reduce cost. Option C is to prevent accidents and ensure safety. Option D is to improve employee morale. Sometimes you're gonna feel that all four answers are correct, all four options are correct, but the logic, the tricky part is that's the tricky part of every question, that you have to find out the most right answer. But bear in mind, in all 10 questions, starting from 11 to 20, only one option will be correct. And that one option you need to choose and then move on to the next question. And ultimately, at the end, you need to compare your answers with my answers, which I'll be sharing after discussing these 20 questions. Now, question number 12 is what is responsible, or sorry, who is responsible for ensuring safety in the Aramco workplace? In other words, who is responsible for ensuring safety at Aramco projects even? So the options are, option A is employees, option B is supervisors, option C is management, option D is all of the above. So it seems like a very simple question, but very much important. So what's your answer? Who is responsible for ensuring safety in the Aramco workplace? Employees, supervisors, management, or all of the above? Choose your right answer. Let's move to question number 13. What is a basic safety rule for working with electrical equipment? What is the basic safety rule for working with electrical equipment? So again, four options are there. Use water to extinguish electric fires. Use a metal ladder to reach high places. Option C is ensure equipment is properly grounded. Option D is work on live electrical circuits. So what is technically, logically the correct answer? Please choose and then move on to question number 14, along with me. Take your time. Bear in mind, you can have a stopwatch and see if within 10 seconds you can give the answer of, or at least 15 seconds. Within 15 seconds, if you can choose the right answer. So you can save your time also. Now, question number 14, what is required for hot work activities with 0% LEL? Bear in mind, first of all, LEL, what it stands for, like LEL abbreviation, lower explosive limit. Then there is UEL, upper explosive limit. In oil and gas, plenty of times we discuss about H2S because we call it is kind of a killing monster. So any one of you is familiar, what is the LEL of H2S? This is just a question you can answer in the comment section. What is the LEL of H2S and what is the UEL of H2S? H2S is hydrogen sulfide gas. It's kind of a poisonous, extremely flammable gas, but of course, it's kind of a deadly gas. In other words, colorless, heavier than air. You know, um, can kill in seconds if 1000 ppm range is there. So my question for all of you, whoever is watching this video, if you know what is the LEL and UEL of H2S, please mention in the comment. Let's learn from each other. Otherwise, look at the option. As per the question, the option A is cold work permit, gas testing and hot work permit, confined space entry permit, or no permit is required. What is required for hot work activities with 0% LEL? That is the question number 14. Now, question number 15 is all about what type of work requires a cold work permit. What type of work requires a cold work permit. Aramco have four different types of permits, even though few more are there, but mandatory, especially as a WPR, you have to be familiar. The four types are the cold work permit, the hot work permit, the confined space entry permit, and EULB, we call it equipment opening line break permit. So, now, what type of work requires a cold work permit? Option A is welding and cutting. Option B is scaffolding and cleaning. Option C is electrical work. Option D is office work. Question number 16. What is the requirement for confined space entry? What is the requirement? He's talking about the requirement. So options are hot work permit. Option B is cold work permit. And option C is CSC permit. And option D is gas testing. As I told you, sometime you're gonna feel, oh, all four are right answers, all four options are correct. Sometime you're gonna feel maybe two options are correct. But which one is most correct? That is your challenge too. Because I told you earlier that in each question, only one answer is correct out of four options. Question number 17. What is required before opening equipment or breaking lines? What is required before opening equipment or breaking lines? Hot work permit or cold work permit or an equipment opening line break permit, or no permit is required? And if I ask you, why do we use, you know, why do we have that particular process like opening equipment or breaking line? What's the benefit out of it? And do we do it before issuing the permit or after issuing the permit? When that actually gonna happen? So in that context, I'm sure you will choose the right option now. Question number 17 I'm talking about. Question number 18, guys. What is the purpose of isolation and lockout procedures? What is the purpose of isolation and lockout procedures? He's asking about the purpose. So option A is to prevent equipment from being energized. Option B is to allow the maintenance and repair. Option C is to ensure equipment is properly shut down. And option D is all of the above. So what's the answer coming in your mind? Only one option is correct out of four, right? Question number 19. What is the hazard associated with abrasive blasting? I have a general question for all of you. What is the difference between hazard and risk? In other words, what is hazard and what is risk? Can you just mention something in the comment section? Other than these exam questions, So what is a hazard associated with abrasive blasting? Fire, explosion, causes, or all of the above? It's talking about abrasive blasting. Last question is, what is a requirement for housekeeping activity in a restricted area? What is a requirement for housekeeping activity in a restricted area? But here, first you truly need to understand what is a restricted area. Sometimes we call it a prohibited area, danger zone area. Sometimes we call it line of fire, you know, a area where only authorized gentlemen can enter, an area where we must not enter without a particular permit. But here is asking what is the requirement for housekeeping activity in a restricted area. So the options are hot work permit, option B is a cold work permit, option C is safety plan, and option D is no permit is required. So guys, these are the 20 questions. I hope you have noted down the answers. Now, only one activity remains. I'm going to share the answers from my side. So you can compare your answers and let me know if you have achieved like 10 out of 10, or in other words, 100% marks. If you have achieved like all answers are correct, So please mention in the comment section. So let us clap for you. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, like, and share. Trainings on YouTube channel is becoming our daily learning club with some effectiveness, and the effectiveness range is already leading up to 60 countries, mashallah. And that is the reason I'm talking in English mostly now. The reason is whoever is interested to work as a work permit receiver, work permit issuer, or confined space entry supervisor, or even as a safety engineer or safety supervisor or safety officer or even as a safety manager in a Aramco network, he must try to learn something in English because mostly the documentation is all in English. Mostly the people you are dealing with, uh, they want you to speak English because uh, uh, that's the reason, through if I'm talking in English, of course, you will start getting some vocabulary, some English words relevant to work permit system of Saudi Aramco. That would also be beneficial, inshallah. So let me share the answers. Please compare your answers with my answers and publish your result in the comment section. And if you all your answers are correct, uh, a huge kind of clapping for you, a round of applause, in other words. But bear in mind, if your answers are less than 70 or 80, then you need more hard work. You need a more better approach to clear your concepts because the knowledge bank is so big. It's all up to you how much you want to learn. So training zone definitely trying to add value in that shape that to make it more beneficial for you guys. But still, if you have any question related to these questions, until now, it's a second video, which means 20 questions are already published, the latest one, the new one. But any confusion you have in any question, please feel free to mention in the comment, and I'll try my level best to reply and give my response there. And I'm trying to make a training zone as a median of a platform where you can communicate with me through the comment, and I'll try to respond accordingly. Thank you very much. It's so nice. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. And please stay tuned. The next video will be starting from 21 to 30 questions. Stay tuned. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself.